Imagine after you're done watching this video that you go out, you amass the real estate portfolio that you want, you do the deals you want to do, you get that passive income on a monthly basis, and you do everything that you want to do, whatever, wherever, whenever, with whoever, and one day it all gets taken away from you. That is the reality of hundreds and hundreds of people that I've met in my travels as a real estate investing coach. The number one mistake in real estate investing that no one talks about, that no one even thinks of, and the number one mistake in real estate that tripped up hundreds and hundreds of those investors that I met. Cue that intro and let's get started. So imagine this with me here. Imagine that you're planning a road trip with your friends, right? You pick the place where you want to go. You pick all the things that you want to do once you get there, right? You bought all the snacks, right? All the food that you want to eat, right? My personal ones, Kit Kats. I love Kit Kats. But imagine you get all the food, snacks, right? The drinks that you're going to drink, and you've picked 3 of your best friends to come with you on this road trip. And you spent months and months and months getting ready for this trip, right? What you want to do, and you brought board games, right? My personal favorite of Monopoly, and you've just done it all, right? The songs you want to listen to and everything, right? And then you realize you have no gas. What if I told you that's the reality of how a lot of real estate investors today are learning and executing and actually doing their real estate deals and building their real estate business? Because when we're talking about the number one mistake that real estate investors make, it has to be common investors. What's the mistake? Simple. They do not pay attention to the economy. They do not know how to read what's called supply and demand. I mean, it's pretty simple. Real estate is an investment class that's completely dependent on a human need, right? Matter of fact, when I travel, that's the number one reason why people get into real estate, because they're always like, well, Daniel, humans need food, water, other people, and a place to live. They need a roof over their head. So that's awesome, right? But what if I told you that that is completely dependent on the supply and demand curve, right? Is it true that everybody's gonna wanna live in an apartment their entire life? Is it true that everyone's gonna wanna live in a house their entire life? No, depending on how the economy shifts and what people can afford is going to dictate what real estate strategy that we should be getting. And even when we structure our deals, everybody preaches cash flow. And guys, I'm not saying cash flow is bad. Cash flow is the reason why we do real estate investing. But have we ever thought about how to defend that cash flow, how to defend that stream of income? Because when I hear people do right now, especially in this economy, do stuff like interest-only loans or no money down without any value-add opportunities, I get a little nervous because I've seen it over and over again. Because again, it is the number one mistake that people make in the world of real estate investing. And guys, let me share with you for a little bit where I'm coming from, and then I'll share with you how to solve this problem, and then we'll wrap this up, and I'll give you guys opportunities for you to even fix that problem even more. And not only fix the problem, but use it to your advantage, right? So check this out. Ever since I was 21, 22 years old, I traveled around the country helping people in the world of real estate investing. I got started in real estate personally at the age of 18 and found myself to have a lot of success in terms of this industry. And I remember being 22 years old, everybody wanted to know my story. They wanted to learn how I did what I did at that age, right? And it wasn't a lot, right? It wasn't a lot of deals, but nevertheless, it was still impressive according to other people for being 21, 22 years old. And I got asked to speak at a lot of these different places. And in a situation where I expected to be the one teaching, I actually started learning more than what I expected. Why? Because, well, I started in every single city that I went to, and I was on 5-6 flights a week, 4 different cities a week. And I would talk to these individuals. They would come up after my presentation, and they said, Daniel, man, great presentation. I remember when I used to own this 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, what are we looking at? We're looking at 2006, 2007, 2008, and 2009. A lot of these people are like, man, I remember I used to own this, and it wasn't long before I started realizing, wow, like there's a lot of people who used to own a lot of stuff, who used to do great, and for some reason, they're at this seminar, they're at this presentation, they're at this training mastermind trying to gain it all back. What was the number one mistake that they made? And I started getting curious. I started asking them, hey, what happened? Why'd you lose all that, right? Like, you had the life you wanted. You had income coming in. There was one gentleman who told me he had $50,000 a month coming in on passive income, and one day he lost it all. And I asked him, what happened? And the most common answers are three things, right? Number one, the banks called the note on me, right? So the people who financed me, they called the note, right? And when we're talking about the number one mistake that people make in real estate investing, right? People called the note on me. Number two, right? The big employer that was in that town moved out. My tenants stopped paying rent. And number three, I failed to recognize the supply and demand curve. My financing got more expensive and I was under. So how do we solve that problem? Well, number one, it first starts off with us learning, educating ourselves, and being the vessel, right? Warren Buffett once said that the greatest investment you could ever make in terms of real estate, whatever, the greatest investment that you can make is in the 6 inches between your ears. This is the most important piece of real estate, people. And if we're really thinking about it, it's not the reason, it's not the bank's fault, it's not the economy's fault, it's our fault. One of my favorite people to listen to of all time, Jim Rohn, once said that never wish for a better wind, but rather wish for a better wisdom to set a better sail, so that way no matter where the wind blows, you will always be moving forward in the direction that you want to be moving forward. Number two, we start looking at the data. One of the things that I despise the most is I do not like turning on the news. Right? I do not, because you're talking about a platform where everybody says their opinion about the data. Why not just go straight to the data and learn how to create your own opinions based on the facts, figures, and knowledge that you yourself are identifying? And number three, and this is the most important one of all in terms of a solution to fixing the number one mistake that you will make in real estate investing, and it's simply this, right? Whenever everybody goes left, look right. And that's something that I have been able to do. What if I told you right now, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but right now you go on YouTube, you're already on YouTube watching this video. Go check out all the other channels. Guess what they're talking about? Everybody wants to get involved in apartment buildings. Right now, as we speak, everybody wants to get into apartment buildings because, and I'm not going to name names, but there are a lot of people out there, a lot of other YouTube channels out there that are pushing for apartment buildings. And guys, I have nothing against apartment. I own multiple apartment buildings. Right? I own a lot of apartments, right? But what if I told you that I haven't even looked at an apartment building in the last 3 years, or the last 2 years, so to speak, to be more conservative? I have not looked at an apartment building in 2 years. The last apartment building that I bought was in the summer of 2017. So just about 2 years, right? Almost 2 years. I have not even looked at a single apartment building. Why? Because everybody is going there. Guess what I want to do? I want to go in the other direction where everybody else is not there. Think about it. Imagine playing a game of basketball and you're the only one playing. You'd score, you'd win, right? Like, you imagine playing a game of 32, all right, and which it's a game where you got to score 32 points. Imagine playing 32 with 12 people versus you playing with one person or you playing by yourself. You're going to get there much faster in the second example rather than the former. So again, guys, the number one mistake that people make in real estate investing, let's review. Number one, they don't look at the supply and demand, right? They don't look at that, right? Number one is they don't look at supply and demand. Number two, they're not researching the economics, right? I think I got those flip-flop, but I think you guys get the point either way. And number three, right? Everybody is going with conventional wisdom. Number three, everybody is going left and you're following along, right? Do not. The very definition of an entrepreneur is to create the world to where it is your image, right? To recreate your own way, to make your own way and not have people tell you what to do, right? And when you're an entrepreneur, why should you do the same in your business? Why should you do the same in your entrepreneurial journey where you're just doing what everybody else is doing, where you're doing what everybody is telling you to do? So friends, listen to me, right? Listen to me. The number one mistake that you will make in real estate investing is doing those three, but especially that last one, right? Going left when everybody is going left. Simple. right? Hope this helped. Much love to you guys so that you can avoid the number one mistake in real estate investing. And this one really kind of just came from the heart. If you're looking for more information on what I'm talking about, because I can't say all this in a 10-15 minute video. Let's be real. There's more to it than those three things. It's much more complicated than that. And the things that we're talking about in terms of what are those complications, well, that's what makes Mark Cuban Mark Cuban. That's what makes Warren Buffett Warren Buffett. That's what separates the 1% from the 99. These are the guys that are going right when everybody is going left. Think about it. There's a reason why they are where they are. So look in the description link below. There are way more resources for me to help you do that. I just released my free book on how I first got started in real estate investing, that first step. That's actually who I have a passion for helping out, because those are the people that will eventually make the same mistakes that I've made, and I much rather not have them do that. In this video, we just talked about one thing, which is the number one mistake that people will make in real estate investing. The number one mistake that people will make in real estate investing, right? Number one implies that there's number two, there's a number three, there's a number four, there's a number five. I think you guys are all smart enough to know that. So check that description box below where I actually will share my details on my free book. I think you just got to pay for shipping. That's really it. But it's a short book, guys. I know that in this day and age, our attention spans are short. You can get it done in one bathroom sitting. And of course, number two, not number one. All right, and your legs might lose a little blood here and there. It's only about 70, 80 pages. But the book is small. It's a little booklet. But it's basically walking you guys through my first step in the world of real estate investing. And it's going to bring a tremendous amount of value. I poured my heart and soul into that thing, and I hope you will enjoy it. So much love to you guys. The number one mistake in real estate investing, you guys know what that is. Click on the description below to know what number 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you want to think, whatever you want to say it is. It's a beautiful day here in Chicago. I'm going to go enjoy it. I'm going to get a hot dog. I don't know what you guys are going to do. Hopefully watch more of my videos. So click like on that thing, subscribe to our channel, and again, much love and good luck. Don't make the number one mistake in real estate investing. Hey guys, this is Daniel.
And this is Sam.
We are the Kwok Brothers. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to see more content value that we put out like this, what should they do, Sam?
Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so you guys get notification for our upcoming videos.
That's right.